Bo, Merry Nixmas. That's right, everybody. We got through Merry Nixmas and through the new year. And here we are, remote cold tub. Nate's joining with a rubber pencil, and I am here. I'm Jake Plummer in the remote cold tub. Let's go, baby. Hey, Nate. Happy New Year, Nate. Whoa, you broke. How'd you do that?
You like that? That was pretty cool, right?
Believe in magic.
I do believe in magic. Do you believe in magic, Jake Plummer?
Yes, Magic Johnson was real. One of the greatest basketball players ever.
Yeah, but not as good as
Like-
Nikola Jokic.
You mean like magic where you make people disappear and stuff?
David Copperfield shit, bro.
Card tricks and all that? I love
yeah.
a good magic trick.
Oh, you like okay, I'll show you one right here. Okay, before I know you got something to say, but here, you ready? Follow my fingers. Oh!
Whoa, I got one here. Ready? You go. Oh, I passed my fist to the dot.
Oh, wow.
That's
Look at
crazy.
this.
Whoa.
Wow. Cool.
Okay, well, watch this. Something real quick we got to do is pay homage and say thank you to our sponsors real quick. We got American Financing. We want to say thank you to them being our sponsor here in the cold tub. American Financing is there for you. And I want to remind you that if you're a homeowner, it's time to wipe out your debt and start 2026 stress-free. With the Fed dropping rates again, American Financing can access your home's equity at rates in the low fives. That's a fraction of what credit cards charge. Borrowers are saving an average of $800 a month. That's right, that's like a $10,000 raise, and you may even delay 2 mortgage payments. There are no upfront fees, and you could close in as fast as 10 days. So call 855-581-5828. That's 855-581-5828 today, or visit americanfinancing.net/green. American Financing, Colorado's home for, you guessed it, home loans. Thank you, American Financing. Now we can do the show because you're sponsoring us, and we can do it now in a new year. 2026 is upon us.
It is upon us. Happy New Year to you. Merry Christmas to you, Jake. The holidays mercifully are over. That shit is tiring for everyone. It's fun. Yeah, you get to go see family. Yeah, you get to go see your friends, and it's really nostalgic, and Santa Claus comes to town. Hey, he slides down the chimney. He might leave you something cool, right? And then 5-6 days later, you get to watch the balls drop. I mean, the single ball drops, and everybody celebrates it. Although I was watching it on TV, and literally everyone who was there celebrating it was just doing this. They were holding up their phones, and they were like, oh, I'm watching it. Am I watching it? No, I'm not watching it. I'm not even watching it. I'll watch it later. So that was weird to see. And I think that's
you, Nate.
I'm going to film this today like this, and then we'll watch it later. I'll watch it.
This is fun.
But one of the cool parts about the holiday season, the Broncos got to play on Christmas night in Kansas City, Jake. Before we talk about that win, and the Broncos did get the win, going to 13-3, 1 game away from having the number 1 seed and having the road to the freaking Super Bowl go through Denver, which if you had said that 3 or 4 months ago, people would have called you crazy. But it is upon us, right? It's on our doorstep here as Broncos fans. But did you ever play, Jake, on Christmas Day? What was that experience like for you?
Yeah, I did. We played Tennessee there and beat them on a Christmas night game. It was weird because, you had to do everything before Christmas, and it threw all the natural rhythm of your whole life being a kid and Santa and Christmas. And my birthday's just before Christmas, so it's always a pretty cool time. I got a birthday on the 19th, and then I got the Christmas coming there later. And the only thing that sucked about that is when you'd get someone that gave you a birthday/Christmas gift.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, so your birthday's in June. I'm going to give you a birthday/Christmas gift in June. No, that doesn't happen. So, my mom did a great job always giving me a lot of extra little fun things. And, I had a great Christmas. I think it was fun to play on Christmas Day, but now would be like, damn, that would suck to play on Christmas Day. But Broncos they played well. Christmas for me was good. I was able to spend time with family and just relax. Things happen in life, and you got to move through them. And one of those is the holidays. But With kids, it's always fun. It's always festive. You got to remember what it's for. So time of season to give. And what we're going to do here is give the fans that have been waiting for a cold tub what they wanted for Christmas and New Year's. It's not a resolution. We're the same two guys. We're just into 2026 now. I got to just remember to put 26 at the end of the date when you sign something.
It's not a resolution. It's retribution, if you know what I'm saying.
Whoa. For all the non-Bo leavers out there, as Nate mentioned 3-4 months ago, you wouldn't think, what if they win? The playoffs come through here? Yeah, that's right, people. And if that happens with the way this team's playing right now, their last couple games, we could see some we could see them go deep. That's what, go deep.
Yeah, and that's what we're trying to do here. All right, let's talk about this Broncos game that they went into Arrowhead, a place they hadn't won, I think, in 10 years, or at least close to it. And
tough place to win. I never won a game in Arrowhead in my whole career.
Yeah, I don't know if I mean, the couple years after you left that I was here, I don't think we won there either. Incredibly loud, really cold, really good teams, really passionate fan base, and one of the hardest places to play, even when the Chiefs are down to their backup, right, which they were. But the Broncos had a really methodical victory there. It was like almost, even though it was close, it was almost like never in doubt, right? Or at least that's what it felt like. And to me, you can tell me what you think, but it felt a lot like the Raider game a couple weeks prior when they went into Vegas and just kind of controlled the game, the pace of the game. The Broncos controlled the pace of the game against the Chiefs. And I know that it was a close game. It went down to the wire. The Broncos scored a touchdown with under 2 minutes left to win it. But, they dominated time of possession. They dominated the yards, the number of plays. I mean, the Chiefs only had the ball for 20 minutes out of the 60 minutes. They only had 42 total plays. They only had 139 total yards. Yeah. 139 total yards. They threw for 57 yards through the air. I mean, the Broncos defense absolutely dominated. And I know you want to say, oh, it's a backup. It's a third string guy, but you see backups go in there all the time and at least put up numbers, right? At least move the ball. This Broncos defense is playing at a super duper high level. And now the Broncos offense is starting to come around as well. And just methodically moving the ball down the field. One more little bit of statistics before you to react to what I'm saying, Jake. But they had, and I know we're going to talk about this a little bit when we break down some of the plays, but they had a drive of 14 plays to start the game that ended in a field goal. They had another 16-play drive with a field goal. They had a 14-play touchdown drive. They had another 14-play touchdown drive. They just kind of leaned on them and were able to pick up those first downs and control the clock.
Yes, those first two, though, would be nice to end in a touchdown. Obviously, points do matter. I was surprised when they kicked the first field goal. I thought they'd go for it on fourth down, as they did late in the game, and we'll get to that also. But that kind of efficiency on offense does a number of things. One, it tires out the opposing team's defense. Two, it gives your defense a chance to rest, sometimes so much that they might not be totally in it. These drives were lasting a long time. Yeah. It was really a beautiful game to watch because all of a sudden it was like, what, it's halftime? And it seemed like the Thursday night NFL crew talked longer than the first half took, it seemed like, as they're babbling around trying to talk about anything. I was surprised this game was even close, that they came down to the last possession again with this kind of dominance.
Yeah.
Feeling befuddled a little bit by that. Obviously, the interception short field gave Kansas City a chance. That quarterback for Kansas City presents the problem that we're going to face if we face any as a defense, is a quarterback that can move in the pocket and keep the play alive, avoid those attempted sacks or the pocket collapsing, and get out into space and make plays. Where he didn't make as many good plays, some of these guys they're going to face, Josh Allen in particular, it could be scary. So, there's a lot to improve upon, obviously, every game, but there were a lot of positives, a dominant performance offensively, I thought, a great game by a lot of guys who stepped up on defense. And again, we saw backup center come in, and Forsyth, number 54, came in when, your starting center goes out. That's a key component to an offense. We see yet again a backup come in and perform really well. Yeah. And that's a sign of great coaching. and good scout and talent evaluation, but not just getting a guy that has talent and can jump high and bench press, but teaching him the offense and also the buy-in by that player to prepare as if he was a starter and not get to play all season until bam, here you go, you're in the game. And he played brilliantly, I thought.
Yeah, it also speaks to the depth on the team. GM George Payton creating the roster top to bottom of players who are ready to go, right? Like it shows that practices are competitive. It shows that the difference between the best player and the worst player on your team is not that great. I mean, the best teams, you go out there at practice, you see a practice squad guy giving it to a Pro Bowl player every day because that's what, iron sharpens iron. You've heard that. But the 49ers are going through something similar. They had a lot of injuries. A lot of guys go down this year. Fred Warner, Nick Bosa, some of the biggest, George Kittle missed a bunch of time, Brock Purdy, but they've been able to win because of the same reason. The GM, the head coach are on the same page, and these guys are ready to go. Even the practice squad guys are ready to go. You saw Michael Bandy in the Broncos game. He's ready to go. They brought him up. He made some crucial plays. And so this team, no matter who gets hurt, and I've been the backup that's like, ready to go. And sometimes a guy gets hurt in the middle of the game. You got to step in there and you can't miss a beat. Like, Mike Shanahan used to always say, like, we can't have a drop off at all. Like if a guy goes in and all of a sudden starts playing worse, that affects everybody else. So the onus is on everybody to not miss a beat and play just as well as the starters, or at least try to.
100%. The team buy-in too is what I like. The players buying in. And you say, what's that mean? Well, coaches can just harp on you and yell at you and set down their mottos on the wall and blah, blah, all this bullshit. What it comes down to is when you step on the practice field, whether it's a walkthrough, whether it's a half practice, whether it's a full go, it's the guys on the team that lead, that are the leaders, never taking time off, never going half-assed, always going to the speed they can go to give the look, to get the look. But it's also that deep down belief in each other. The ability to know, like, okay, everyone's taking care of business, and we're seeing that. It's a team, all-around team buy-in and a focus on the players. And then, players stepping up, making plays. We still need to see some guys step up, make those phenomenal plays. It's going to take some crazy-ass, phenomenal, no way did he just do that kind of plays for them to continue on and hopefully, like we say, go deep into the playoffs, possibly all the way to San Fran.
Some OMG plays. That's what we want to see. Never go half-ass. Always go. Always go.
Oh, my God. Bo MG. Let's get it right. Come on.
All right. Well, you're messing up my punchline. Never go half-ass. Always go full-ass. You got to go full-ass. You never go half-ass. Let's jump into this film. And I know it's a week old.
Is the ass half full or half empty?
Depends who you are and what your night was like, I guess.
This is it. This is Bo. This is what Bo does. This is a beautiful play. Oh, my God. What a great play by Bo. The only problem here is you can say, Nate, tell him what I'm going to say.
Okay, well, I want to give little Jordan Humphrey a little praise for getting, for giving him a throw right off the bat. He had sort of an in-breaking route, and he saw him rolling, so he stopped, put his foot in the ground, and came back to the sideline. What he didn't do was come back to the ball. He came kind of flat against. You'll see him up at the top there. Yeah. He comes flat, and then he actually fades away a little bit right at the end there. See him fade? Yeah. And that allowed that DB to just jump underneath it. You got to come right back to the ball like you're running like a comeback route and come until you catch that ball. If he would have stepped towards the ball, he catches that ball, and that's a first down.
This is this is a Bo MG play right here. This is sick. Man. Watch this. He's full sprint, getting chased, ripped his sidearm like 30 yards. Like, oh, my God. So, guys, as you said, Nate, it's imperative, and like the most important thing is do not drift from the ball. I used to tell my guys, when I'm rolling, do not drift because there's someone chasing you. If you drift, you give them that angle. If little Jordan Humphrey just comes back, you know, that's a lesson learned by him because Bo's going to do this repeatedly for us to go deep in the playoffs. Look at this. He's sprinting to his left. He rips that thing damn near 30 yards. That's an awesome play.
And little Jordan just kind of misreads it. He thinks that he has enough room to step away from it and then get some yak. That's what he's thinking. I'm going to catch it and run upfield with it instead of just securing the catch and going out of bounds with it. But attacking that.
Sick play by that dude on Kansas City's defense.
Oh, yeah.
Sick play by Bo. Little Jordan Humphrey, I'm not blaming you, but you know you can come back and give me that comeback to the ball, get friendly, But what a sick play by that number 32 for Kansas City, like crazy ass interception.
That shit was sick. That shit was sicker than influenza A. That shit was sicker than COVID-19, dare I say. All right, let's move on to the next play. Sicker. We got the third.
Doberman when that lady broke into my house. Sicker.
Oh, yeah, Doberman.
Here goes Bo again with a nice little scramble. This dude can get it done. He's showing us he can do it with his arm. And this right here, man-to-man. Don't play man versus us. If you do and you cover him, good job. This kid, number 10, he's going to find a lane. He's going to make it happen. Look at him running down. Big play there.
Trust your legs, Bo. Last year he trusted his legs a lot. This year not as much. He's been more discerning with his runs, which I actually do appreciate because look, it's led to 13 wins in 16 games, and he's also stayed healthy. And so that's what we want, a healthy quarterback going into the playoffs. But these runs right here, he has the ability to get up to pick up these yards. And the Buffalo Bills, who the Broncos played last year in the playoffs, have a quarterback who does the exact same thing. And I do think the Broncos could be on a collision course with that team at some point in the playoffs. And Bo's going to need to make plays like this, especially when his guys are covered, which they are. Yes, they played man, but they had them blanketed. I mean, they had a really good coverage on these guys. So Bo took off and made them pay.
Great scramble. Watch this underhand flick. Woo!
What? I mean, really? Are we tickling? Hold on. Are we tickling him from an underhand flick to the refs? Come on. Watch. Look how he checked his wrist right there. Oh, look how he walked. Look. Yeah, Bo's great. But
hey, I'm just noticing the little things in the cold tub. It's cold in here. Sometimes you get like, I want to get out, but I got to notice the little things. And that's one of the little things. Don't let me not have my little things, Nate. Bo Nix. That was a great scrambo. That was a great scrambo right there.
That was a scrambled egg, dude. All right. Same play? Yeah. All right. On to the next. Oh, here we go. This is a pretty sick scrambo.
Average play. Seen it done.
No, that was a great play. I'm talking about.
Can't jock Bo no more. He's just an average guy.
You're jocking his flip to the ref, okay? Like, come on.
I'm not jocking his flip. I was just impressed with the underhand flip because underhand flipping is fun. So is running over a DB from 3 yards out and getting into the end zone when your team needs it in the third quarter. What an awesome play here. I think that was the third quarter.
No.
Yeah, third quarter. Scramble stuff. Good vision. Good trust. There's his new center downfield getting a little pop on the guy. That's what quarterback's got to do in the season, during the season, playoffs. This is where I believe is the next little. It's a little bit like Bo's showing us from the pocket improvement. He's going to have to shine there. But what he does out here, you can't coach this. This is just a kid making a play and wanting it bad.
Agree with you 100%. He's going to need to do this in the playoffs if the Broncos want to make it all the way. And you know what? These quarterbacks, like, he's a big guy. He's got some good weight to him. He's a very good athlete. He can handle some hits if he does it the right way. This is exactly how you want to take contact, I think, if you're a quarterback. You don't always want to go down and slide, but lean into it. Use your body. Use your shoulder pads. There's a reason why you got those shoulder pads on. You can handle those hits. Josh Allen does it really well. And those extra yards are there. And he's going to need to put his body on the line in the playoffs to make it as far as these guys want to go.
And these DBs, they come up, they're a little tentative to hit the quarterback, really, because you hit them too hard. Sometimes they get flagged or who knows what can happen. So Bo did, like you said, a great job initiating the contact when that guy really wasn't coming to like smash him, which he should have been. And that's what will happen in the playoffs. They're not going to flag a lot of that stuff. You come up, they're going to try to hit you out there. So smart move by Bo to initiate the contact and drive his legs and finish in the end
zone.
You're going to see. You just let me do the Boisms.
Okay. You can have the boner. I'll have the groaners, if you will. Okay, on to the next play here, David. 6-7. All right. What do we got? We got a paused screen. Oh, here we go. Oh, juicy. Oh, yep. Okay. Oh, here we go. Got a little first down pickup on 3rd and 4 to jack of all trades, Michael Bandy.
Yeah, I thought this was just an accurate throw on time. This ball's late. It's a pick six. There's DBs that are taking that the other way, but Bo has confidence in his arm, and his receiver did a good job of getting his depth. Could have been a little cleaner at the top there, but these are plays that are made or not in as we progress. That's a long field throw. That's accuracy, that's arm strength, and that's trust in 83. So I just wanted to show this as, not a huge play in the game, but Bo's arm strength is allowing him to do this, and it keeps the DBs off balance. They don't know where he's going with it.
Yeah, Bandy, he has like an outside release. He's supposed to let that outside guy kind of clear it out for him, but then push it up straight and create the illusion that he still might be going straight, deep, post, whatever it is. You want to kind of straighten your stem there to straighten out the DB, and then you break it off, which he did. Yeah, he did that. And in kind of a lesser experienced or more, anxious receiver would go straight there.
Yeah.
And give that DB an even easier path to undercutting it. You see him straighten him up a little bit and then stick his foot in the ground and create enough separation for Bo to get that in there.
Good play.
First down.
And the show must bow on. So let's go to the next clip. Oh, here he goes. Late in the game. What are we saying here? Late in the game. 3 minutes. The game's tied. You're not trying to necessarily run all the clock out, but you don't want to leave any extra time on the clock. Great job by Bo here, knowing this is just him and he's a heady player, man. He knows the game. And that's what's encouraging to me is he knows what he needs to work on before his quarterback coach tells him and Sean Payton yells at him. He knows already, but this is a really smart play to stay in bounds and keep that clock going this late in the game, because you don't want to give any team in the league, backup or not at quarterback, you don't want to give them time, because things can happen pretty quick on this green little rectangle we're on.
Yeah, and it just shows a good organizational mastery of the sort of operation and keeping the ball in your hand at the end of the game and being able to call plays and manage the game in a way that's going to give you the upper hand at the end of the game and have you, have the ball in your hand towards the end. And I know the Broncos, Sean Payton as a play caller always likes to try to control that. They want to defer. If they win the opening the toss, they defer. So they get the ball in the second half. They want to steal a possession, quote unquote. So they want to try to end the first half with their ball in their hand and then get the ball back in the beginning of the second half and then hopefully end the game with the ball in their hand, which they were close to doing there. And Bo picks up, 6 yards and then brings up a third down there. But another nice run by Bo Cephalus. All right, on to the next play. Hey. All right, yeah, I just wanted to highlight this really nice play by P.J. Locke here. P.J. Locke stepping in and playing for the injured Brandon Jones, and he is going to be counted on for the rest of the season. Brandon Jones out for the season. And so P.J. Locke, who's a core special teamer and played some safety a couple of years ago before they got Brandon Jones in here, is going to be counted on to be a starter who makes plays like this. Now, last week against the Jags, he didn't have a great game. He was, out of position a few times, got beat over the top a few times, and we're going to need P.J. Locke. He knows that. Everybody knows that. But a really nice play, nice reaction time, comes up and sticks him for a couple-yard loss on a catch.
Yeah, I mean, that's this time of year, your body's hurting. There's not a player that's been out on the field because he's been on special teams that isn't nursing some kind of bruise or injury or something. And this is the time of year where you suck it up and you make tackles like this. It's key to get the guys down and rally to the ball. And we see a great job of our defense, the Broncos rallying to the ball. And I put, notes right around when he made this play, Locke is balling is what I wrote in my notes, because it just kept showing up and filling the role of Jones. I mean, he was all over the place. So yeah, good sign here. The special teams, I think, is an area we're not talking much about, but it very well could be with this offense doing what they need, that they've been doing consistently and playing pretty well, and the defense doing what they do. Key is going to be these special team moments where you're continuing to make field goals. Big Nuts Lutz going to keep cracking them through the uprights, and then make a big play on punt return, kickoff return, and definitely seal those guys up on kickoff cover and kick and punt cover. So special teams is huge. Again, these guys are getting chances to come in from being on the special teams and playing their asses off. So they're coming in ready, and that's a good sign of a well-coached team, like I keep saying.
Yeah, those special teams guys, they want to be starters. In college, they were starters. They come into the NFL believing that's what they're going to be for the most part, and then they get sort of relegated or whatever to special teams, and you do what you're asked to do to stay on the team, to get on the field. And those guys who are on kickoff return, punt return, we used to call it the big four. Like I said, they want to be on defense or offense, but they have an important role, and that ends up being almost 30 plays a game just doing that. And those are different kinds of plays in an offensive defensive play. Sometimes offense defense, you don't even really move on a play. Like for whatever reason, and whatever happens, you might not hit anybody. You might be backside. You might only take 5 or 6 steps. The special teams players run, 50, 60 yards on a play and always are colliding. As you see here, most special teams tackles in team history. Wow. Devin Key there tied with Keith Burns. Tick Burns, yeah.
Keith Burns the funniest cat. That dude was so huge, not only on special teams, but he made people laugh, man. I don't recall practice starting without something crazy coming out of Tick's mouth, making people laugh, which means, we loosen up and we go out and, hey, we're here. We're playing ball. We're all together. Like, what a great life we have. We're getting our asses beat up and like bruised and battered, but man, we're making money to play a game and falling out on special teams. Give big kudos to Devin Key. How was it, though, Nate, to motivate yourself on all those big 4 units? Like, how do these guys go about that? And is there any, like, competition there? Like, yo, man, I'm going to make the plays so that you somehow make that as important as it can be, which really it can be a difference maker, win or lose a game, special teams.
Yeah, I mean, good question. I mean, you saw the DBST hats and things like that. We got rewarded for big plays on special teams. I mean, we were keeping track of points. There was a point system, and at the end of every 4 games, there was a quarter pole in the season. There was 16 games back then, but if you had the most points, and you get points for tackles and deep leaders and things like that, big plays. And if you are the point winner at the end of the 4, you get a Movado watch. I got myself a Movado watch from being the #1 special teams player for a 4-game period. You are competing with guys all the time. Like on kickoff, for example, we would, if it was a touchback, we were racing through the goal line. Whoever won that race was like, yeah, I won.
Yeah.
And then it's up to the coach, man, to foster a sense of like, competition, of belonging. We're a unit, and the offense doesn't need to be in these meetings. Defense doesn't need to be in these meetings. We're in there earlier than everyone. We're out on the field earlier. We do more work than anyone else on the field or on the team practice-wise, because we have to be in meetings they don't. And we're still doing the normal practice meetings and all that stuff. So you become a really tight unit. It's like it's like the Green Berets, bro. You're out there doing dirty work.
Special ops teams, man. Hey, how do you stay warm during a game, though? Like if you're not getting live reps and you got to run in now you're racing to the goal line, like that's a hard thing to manage also.
It's a challenge for sure. I mean, when I tore my groin off the bone, it was like I had a play at the end of a first half where I kind of got hit from the back, and I landed kind of splayed with my knee splayed, and it clicked a tiny bit. But then the half was over, and we went into the halftime, and we were just sitting there, and I got cold. And then the very next play I was on was a kickoff coverage to start the second half, and I went down the field, and 20 yards into my run, it just popped off the bone, and I was done. Like, it's hard because you got to go sprint, like you said, after being pretty cold on the sideline. So, you stay warm, you try to, do little high knees on the sideline, and there's enough like punt returns, kickoff returns for you to stay loose. And then I was playing probably 15 to 20 plays on offense too. So I was always running off and running on there. But yeah, good questions on the special teams front. And it's a really important part of the game. I mean, the Broncos gave up a big return against the Chiefs. That was their biggest play of the game, was that 50-yard return up the sideline there. And those are the type of plays that can change a game that you have in hand. So,
yeah, I mean, and I think as this season goes on, it's going to be pretty paramount that they play well on special teams. And also they run the ball well. We did see a heavy dose of Harvey early. McLaughlin came in, made some nice runs, downhill cuts. This is going to be important to continue this and not just go away from it as the game goes, because we kind of see him kind of get away from it, and all these quick short runs. But it's going to be important because this kid is hungry. He is so hungry, and I love watching him develop. He's going to have – he very well could be, make some huge plays. In fact, I expect it that he makes some outstanding plays that are difference makers through the playoffs.
Yeah, that little toss sweep there, RJ Harvey had 14 carries in the game for 43 yards. That was it. Bo Nix was 26 of 38. Bo also ran the ball 9 times. I don't think those were designed runs, and so maybe one of them. But if you look at that as 47 dropbacks called for Bo Nix and 14 carries for RJ Harvey, which is an imbalance that, I worked in this game, and I know every game is different. But to me, you got to try to find a way to even that out in the playoffs. I think it's going to be imperative. But but this guy's ready for it. He's playing really well, and some people are talking about offensive rookie of the year for RJ Harvey because he's got 11 touchdowns. I mean, he's performing at a high level. So
yeah, he's pretty spectacular. Even that play in the back of the end zone 2 weeks ago when he like juked back and came back for Bo, that was really an awesome this
game, and we're going to see that right now. There he is. He's open. He's like, launch it. Nope. And he stops. Boom. And he gives him a throw.
The great shot is the behind here where you see, as you remember, Harvey used to play quarterback, so he knows this. Throw it up, and he's like, oh. Bo pointed. That's beautiful, man. That kills a defense. What a great play this was. Huge play.
And you can't coach that. That is not the way they coach this play to work out. What they coach it to do is Bo to hit him right here. Bang, hit him. Yep. And he didn't have the angle on it. So they played schoolyard football, and this is the instinct that professional football players have, that coaches need to step back and allow to flourish. And clearly they're doing that. And Bo's competitiveness, schoolyard spirit, and the rest of the guys falling into what he's doing is really producing some magical moments like that right there.
Huge. He kept his feet in bounds too. Like I see Harvey. I mean, he's a special player, and we're not even close yet to seeing how special. That's what I think. I'm hoping he just gets featured throughout, not just the last game of the year here at the Chargers, but in the playoffs. I hope he gets featured, like really get him the ball 30, 40 times.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Longest scoring streaks, rookies team in history. He's got 5.
Wow.
In 5 games, surpassing Philip Lindsay, Peyton Hillis, and John Keyworth. Wow. NFL rookie with 7+ rushing TDs and 5+ receiving TDs since 1950.
Amazing, dude.
Wow.
Rookie of the year is definitely worth it. He's putting it up, and he's going to have to continue. That's going to be part of this plan here to continue on is more RJ Harvey.
More RJ.
Feed Harvey. Feed him.
Feed him.
He needs to just do this more. Peyton.
All right, let's do another play.
More plays?
More plays. All right, we got this is one I really liked because it wasn't even a play. It was drawing offside, the Chiefs offsides, 2 minutes left. It's 4th and 1. Oh, you're going to go for it? Tied 13-13. You're going to go for it on 4th and 1? Sure you are. But they got Chris Jones, the veteranist-ass veteran on that team, to jump after going in some wildcat and doing a weird motion there. Pretty impressive, and it shows a lot of patience and poise by the Broncos selling that and making this dude think it was really happening.
Yeah, that's, little center head bob there that helped a little bit, but you don't expect that from Jones, who's a very veteran and the veteran player on the Chiefs. But hey, they got it. Good for them.
And if there's anything more indicative of the derailing of the dynasty, here's another point of emphasis here. You got Patrick Mahomes getting hurt, Travis Kelce looking super sad and personal shots on the sideline, and then Chris Jones making a costly mistake to lose it for his team. And so the Chiefs dynasty, I think, is over officially, I would say.
Yeah, he helped us a lot right here. You get to continue on and get a touchdown, which makes it harder, for that offense to go out, and now they got to score a TD. Well, they were close. That ball that was over the top, and that was it was close.
Yeah,
too close for comfort.
Yeah, no, it was Hollywood Brown, who's 5'9". I mean, it was a tall receiver. He probably would have. That would have been a really nice throw, I think, because it was just over Jaquan McMillan's.
And that quarterback, I got to say, when the ball fumbled one time and it bounced around and he picked it up and still ripped it, like I liked him. I thought he had
pretty good.
Some quickness like we used to see with Mahomes. And if he can get down some throwing and all like that kid's got a future. I think he looked pretty tasty there a few times.
Ooh, tasty treats, huh? Some tasty treats there from that backup, Mr. Chris Oladukin. Yeah, but he still only went 13 of 22 for 66 yards. Okay, 66 yards.
Only Dinkin.
Only Dinkin and was not Duncan. Kareem Hunt, 7 carries, 38 yards. Isaiah Pacheco, 9 for 32. This was a dominant performance by the Broncos defense. I think they really needed that one after, kind of getting pushed around a little bit by the Jags. That was a really tough matchup against the Jags at home. And they might see the Jags again. And they're not going to see the Chiefs again. The Chiefs are Dunskies, bro. They're absolutely Dunskies. They're not making the playoff. They're going to be watching from some,
They're barbecued and seasoned.
Yeah.
For next year.
Kansas City barbecue rub.
We have a couple comments, it looks like, from overseas.
Juan Vergara says, saludos desde Paraguay. Hey, thanks for joining us from Paraguay. We love having you guys. Craig Forster says, hey, guys, checking you out from the UK. Really like listening to your podcast. Thank you, Craig. It's amazing how wide the reach is of the NFL and football, and there's really football fans and Broncos fans everywhere. So the more that tune in, the better. We love you guys for joining us. Mark Wickham says, I really hope we're just getting started. My boys are doing good. Denver Broncos for life. I think that's what DBFL means. I need a Jake the Snake jersey, says Juan. I think those you can acquire those.
You got to find them. You got to go order them or, search around. I don't know. I got a box full in my basement, but, it's kind of hard to throw.
Juan, come on out from Paraguay. Go down to Jake's basement and grab you one. He might not even know they're missing.
Pretty sweet to have the support, people listening, and I hope that what we're giving you is entertaining. And I think it is. We're watching a team that's maturing and growing and playing really well, and it's always fun when you're winning.
Yeah.
Let's hope they can figure out a formula to go deep into the playoffs. And man, it's been a good Colt. We got one more sponsor to throw to at the end here. If you're done, Nate, I think I'm done.
I'm done. Let's throw to this. Well, a pretty cool sponsor we've got for the cold tub. Hit it, David.
Well, yeah, it's a little bit close to me. It's Umbo functional mushrooms. I know people are like, mushrooms, Jake, the mushrooms. I'm tripping out. These are functional mushrooms. So we had some fun filming some stuff at Gorilla Studios and just kind of letting people know there's a way to function a little better, even to improve your sleep without any sedatives. And it's non-drowsy formula that we've created. And so, yeah, let's roll it to Get Umbo. GetUmbo.com is what I've been up to, and they throw out some tasty bars. I appreciate Gorilla and the folks there ordering the bars. And Nate, I know you've been enjoying some Umbo, and give it a try. It's a new year.
Yep, in the morning, at night, those bars are delicious. Check out Umbo, and thanks for joining us on the Cold Tub.
Peace, love, and mushrooms.
You ever think about what it would have been like if you had mushrooms when we were playing?
Yeah, Nate, I think about it all the time.
All the time?
All the time. I'm thinking about it right now.
Plummer throws an interception.
Hey, man, take it off. You're going to be all right, man. Keep your head in there, all right?
Nice throw, plunger.
Yeah, to us.
You suck.
Yeah!
Touchdown! Woo! Dolphin noise!
Woo, Dolphin noise!
Are you going to be okay? Here, take this.
Yeah, man, I'm going to be okay.
You got it, man. You're Jake Plummer, man.
We got this, man. I got a great night's sleep last night. I'm calm. I'm cool. I'm relaxed. Let's go get this done. Our replenishing sleep capsules across the board, 5-star reviewed. People are sleeping better, sleeping longer hours, getting more REM sleep. These will help you get a good night's rest. Go to getumbo.com and try our replenishing sleep capsules.